Yes, yes, yes. Once again, made it to see another day. Man, the moon looks so situated with the moon now. Gotta watch out for these cars. It's almost full. It's almost full. Look at the puppy. Nice looking dog. And the car's out at this time. It's not too late. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, now here it is. Got my blade. Yeah, man. Back in the day, the basketball games didn't have this many days in between. There's 2 days in between. Yeah, but he put it on him, and Kevin Love was part of the key. It's the coach making adjustments. Whoever makes the better adjustments is going to win the series. Yeah, I was talking to my boy Rab this morning about the game. Yeah, he's a Heat fan, so. Speaking of the Heat, it's tripped out how D Wade flipped. How does a kid know that he wants to be transsexual? I don't know. I can't get it. I know people have chemical imbalance in the brains, not the kid's fault, but I don't know if they encourage him or what. It's a sad case. Whatever happened. Did Gabrielle Union turn him out or what? I think she did, because he's looking fruity as hell these days. Whatever floats your boat, though. That's not a good example for the kids. Good example for his kid. Yeah, I can't come to find out I need 1,000 subscribers to go live. I thought it was 50. I don't know why. So 950 more to go. It feels good out here today. Or should I say tonight? Tonight is the night. See if I could put in about an hour. My homeboys asked me if I'm doing a podcast. I'm like, I don't. I said, I don't know if this is what you call it, because I need to get the steps in. Yeah, that house looks pretty big from the side. Yeah, it looks like I actually had no problem catching the moon on the moon zoom. see what we're gonna talk about tonight. I've been trying to catch up on some of my shows. Haven't been watching that All American. That's the past couple of seasons. I don't know. Very interesting though. It's a trip. I like that show. I don't know why. I don't know what drew me to it. I saw it on Netflix. I started watching it. But then you know how Netflix is. They don't put the season on Netflix until the whole entire season's over with. The next one first come out. And I'm behind a couple of seasons. I just watched up to the third one when Coop got shot. But I like many shows. Let me see. My favorite of all time, of course, is Power. But they got Power. They got Power Book 2. Ghost, which is about Tariq. Ghost's son. Power Book 3, which is that? Yeah, it's with Tommy, I think. I always like Tommy. He's a little wacko though, but he has his sense of loyalty. Unlike Ghost. Kanan, or is that Book 3? Kanan. Yeah, that's when 50 Cent was a kid. You got BMF. That's not it's just made by the 50, but on the same network. Stars, but yeah, 50 bought some land in the studio over there in Louisiana. That's where he's gonna start making his shows. He's gonna come out with a lot more shows. Mark Cuban believed in him, and Mark Cuban owns Lionsgate. He gave him X amount of dollars to make X amount of shows and X amount of movies. He made a few movies already. Oh yeah, my boy. He had one morning I had seen it on my YouTube feed. When some friends of ours that got killed in the neighborhood. He wanted me to send it to him again. I hadn't sent it to him. Man, that happened in what? 92? 92 that happened, I believe. Crazy, man. Yeah, my friend Anthony, he was but you know, when you're a youngster and you're selling drugs, it's because someone in your family got some drugs. And Anthony was selling drugs, and he sold some drugs to some brothers from Carolina, and I don't know how many times or what he was telling them or what. I don't know the specifics, but also I know everybody got shot. Everybody died except for the mom. Yeah, and me and Rick had went over there afterwards. She had a cigarette. She put a cigarette in the hole in her head. I don't know if it was to... I don't know, it just seemed weird to me. She put the cigarette in the hole in her head, and I went to go use the restroom one time. He said, man, there's still brains on springs on the wall. I said, man, somebody needed to clean that shit up. Yeah, even the neighbor got killed. She left her keys. She braided the dude's girl's. She was pregnant. Baby died too. Yeah, we went to the funeral, man. It was so sad. Yeah, well, they caught him. I guess they caught him back on the way to Carolina. I don't know how or what. I don't know how or what they caught him. But they executed the dude earlier this year. One of them happened in '92, and it's 23. That's 31 years he was on death row. Yeah, they killed the dad, the neighbor, Anthony's girlfriend or baby mama, and the baby. She was in the stomach, and they shot the mom. The mom ended up living. Thank goodness. Yeah, I don't know why he wanted it. I think he wanted to show somebody. That was crazy. A crazy time. Yeah, speaking of persons getting killed in that year, it was Mario, the drum major. I knew we were cool because we had choir class together. He was the drum major, and he played the drums to make it up to drum major senior year. After Madison Yates game, somebody came by shooting and killed him. I doubt if he was the target, but motherfuckers don't know how to shoot. Then if you're shooting from a moving vehicle, you gotta have practice to be on target because it's moving, Yeah, that was a somber day too, man. The funeral and all that. Man, that was the first time I ever seen. Because this particular thing, I guess, like, I don't know what kind of church it was. Baptist, I think. I don't know. I'm not for certain. On South Post Oak in West Orem. Yeah, that the people catch the Holy Ghost. Trip me out, man. It's usually the older people. Yeah, man, it was rainy that day. I guess that's a sign that you're going to heaven when it's raining on your burial day. Even if it's light rain. I remember when my uncle passed away, it was the same thing. It was raining. Yeah, there's bugs out here flying around. Oh, Mario. Man, that dude was a character. I don't know what's his last name. Because I thought his name was Mario Leon, but then it was Mario Pitts. Because to be a drum major, you have to be very popular. For my high school, especially, you hear the band from all the way banging on the drums all the way on the other side of the Fuquay. I was at least a good 3 miles away. Yeah, we're in the same fraternity, so it hit us hard. Madison Yates, that's a big time rivalry. I don't know about it anymore. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Got killed on school campus. They never found out who did it either. They were saying it was somebody from his own neighborhood. And some dude named, I don't know how he got that name or whatever. I guess he was born with it. His name was Muslim. No, he wasn't a true Muslim because he was wearing gold. I don't believe Muslims can wear gold. Yeah, because I sat right by him. Sat right by each other in English class. Yeah, and he was feeling the heat. I guess everybody was questioning him about it, and he was getting to him. Of course, we're only 11th grade classes together. This happened when I was in the 12th. I made him real cool. Yeah, and just how many people, man, I know a lot of people got killed and died. My boy Woody passed away. He was number what? 35? He was a few years older than me. Man. Say he died from a cardiac arrest. There's something seemed weird about it. I don't know. I guess it's like he was cold when the paramedics got there. Something like that. So didn't add up. But he alienated himself. Like when he got married to some girl that worked at the grocery store, the neighborhood grocery store. I worked there too, the same grocery store. Yeah, because we would never see them. They had the old ball and chain. Man, that dude there, man. My boy Woody, Robert Wood, aka Woody. If I believe right, he had a Woody Woodpecker. Later on, he tattooed a Woody Woodpecker on his arm. He had an alien on one arm and a Woody Woodpecker on the other. Man, one of the coolest dudes I've ever known in my life, man. Man. Miss Woody. Wood. Robert Wood. Man, that motherfucker could fight. But that boy had that squad game. Remember one night we was at Pookie's? That's where one of the designated spots we gonna get fucked up. There's a lot of heads over there, and some dudes from the neighborhood, some other dudes that work with us at the grocery store. He was there. Man, I remember he had a nice looking sister. For sure, of course, she didn't go. They started making fun of him because he was just smoking weed, wasn't drinking beer. So they were making fun of him. He's like, man, I'm fixing to leave. He's fixing to leave. The persons that came with him in the truck, they rode in the back of the truck. That Boo Boo Jaws, Martin came with them. Martin, aka Boo Boo Jaws. He rode with him. DT and Ashtray. Man, all the reason why Ashtray got that name. I'm not the reason why Boo Boo Jaws got that name. There was this, that girl stayed over there at Steady Link. My Steady Link in Bel Air. Her name was what? Tisha? Big white girl. Man, and I guess they didn't expect us to go over there, and we went over there, and I don't know. Allie had got one of my used to be good friends. Allie got a pair of her drawers. Man, and thank goodness he didn't do me like that, but he did Martin like that. He put him right on the side of his face, and then he called him. His face went all in the fucking boo-boo drawers. So he got the name boo-boo drawers. Martin. Oh, Ashtray. What it was 92, Christmas 92. He was all at Rick and Berg's house, and he was locked up. People always go to Mexico for Christmas vacation, so we'd be partying it up. Man, we were drinking 40s back then. Red Bull. And DT came over with Ashtray. His name was Juan. First time I ever met him. Man, that dude was so fucked up. He was turning the bottle because there was no more to drink. I don't believe in. He was turning the bottle up of everything that he got a hold of. And motherfuckers was ashing their fucking their cigarette in the empty bottles. And I passed him one. I was fucked up too. I passed him one that had cigarette butts in it, and he was hold that bitch up. He was turning it up. Man, that dude got mad. He wanted to kick my ass, but he was all fucked up. That's how he got the name Ashtray. My name back then was Slim. Slim / Crisco. Crisco, I got it in Woodshop. My boy Wilbert. He stays in the neighborhood. We had Woodshop together. I was a freshman. Since my name was Chris, they started calling me Crisco. Crisco. And it stuck. The name stuck with me. Especially like when Allie saw when he got out of prison. He saw everybody was calling me Crisco, so he started calling me Crisco too. I started losing the name Slam, but both names still stuck. Crisco. And then we see, yeah, we was at Pookie house and they was making fun of him. Of course, I was a late starter on the drinking beer too. I don't like the way it tastes. Not even Budweiser, the lightest beer you could really get back in those days. Yeah, well, they were making fun of him. He said, man, I'm leaving. And then Dave said, man, you ain't leaving me. Then Ashtray's like, man, you ain't leaving us, man. He said, well, I'm gone. Outside. Went downstairs. Ashtray roughed him up. Not too bad, though. Just roughed him up a little bit. Then we were laughing. That dude got mad. Tony. I can't believe that was his name. He started talking shit to us. I think he's really talking shit to me, but because Woody was laughing too. Man, but that was kind of... Woody already know where he could beat his ass up. And Woody went down the stairs. Like straight. Bones Jones style. grab him by the fucking neck, start kneeing him in the chest. That was it for him, truthfully. Threw him on the car, then he swung and he fucking missed and fucking hurt his hand and busted the fucking front windshield. That didn't stop him. He still was whipping his ass. He was whipping his ass, and then we saw the laws coming, so we all went inside, except for them, and the laws jammed him up. The laws jammed him up. That was the last time I saw that dude. Man, he got beat up 2 times in less than 5 minutes. But that's what happens when you run your head. When your mouth can't cash those checks, but your ass has to. Write checks that your mouth can't cash. Yeah, well, he was a legendary squabber in the hood. I ain't seen him squab too many times, but that time I did. He was tall too. You know those tall motherfuckers got that reach. But he was slim. Boy, Woody, man. Man, he could rap about anything that just happened and make it rhyme. Man, he was so talented. He could beatbox, make beats and shit. More so when he was fucked up. One time we was at the park. He was just going off the chain. Like, damn. I was fucking amazed. Boy, Woody. Rest in peace, baby. Yeah, we went to his funeral. I took my little brother, because I was living in Corpus. Went to his funeral, had the bagpipes, and everybody started crying. And then, yeah, I said, if anybody want to say some words, and Miss Chapman, which is Woody's mom, she's Irish. Nobody wanted to get up there and say anything, so she turned and looked at me. She knows I'm talkative, very talkative. So I had to go say a few words. More than a few words. And some other dude that worked with him, I really didn't know. I was at the funeral. Then his girl kept the ashes. His wife kept the ashes. And one time, me and Berg went over there to her house. She was telling us a story that she switched the ashes with a flour. Because you know when that cremates you, the ashes are white. Like a whitish, grayish color. She told she switched it with flour. She said, for all she knows, she has an urn full of blue weevils. That was on St. Patrick's Day when we went over here. Me and Berg. Over there off of Bel Air. Over Bel Air somewhere. Man, one time we was at Woody's apartment on Pavilion Place, and his mom was there getting fucked up with us. Man, she wanted me to pass her the joint. It's like, I did not want to pass it to her because I don't know if Woody was going to be mad and try to whoop me. Man, those people are crazy. Got that trailer there full of fucking marble and shit. Don't even have a lock on the tow bar. Yeah, And Valerie, which is his girl, her dad was there. They were running all kind of crazy joints. Made a joint that's shaped like a Y. The dad did. See what else. It was a crazy ass time. Oh, we were playing Kings, me, Ruben, and Rick. No, me, Ruben, and Perry were playing Kings. Just us three, so somebody gonna have to drink like almost every time. That card game, and man, I had to drink. You gotta drink that cup every time you get a king. It's king, jack, queen, and 10. It's like a matching game we play. Flip one card at a time. 10 is a category. Jack is to the left. Queen is to the right. The person who pulls the card drinks. And a king, you pour your drink in the cup. Man, I don't know how many times I've drank the cup, man. That shit burns. You gotta drink it non-stop, or you gotta pour you another one. Yeah, so man, I drank that shit. That fuck. Rick walked up. I guess it's the Florida Marlins barely had came out. He had some Florida Marlins gear and hat and everything. As soon as he walked up, I fucking threw up on that nigga. I threw up on him. Man, I felt so bad. Still remember sitting on the front porch, discombobulated. Yeah, check out the mo. The 0.6 is dark. The 1.0 is not. Oh, somebody busting far away. 2 volleys of rounds. That's Texas for you. Everybody got a gun except for me. Because I can't have a gun. Not walking with it, at least. Can have one in the house. Yeah, I used to pack pistol all the time, though. Yes. You gotta be a cool customer when you're packing a piece, because shit could get wild and go down in a matter of seconds. Yeah, I pulled a pistol out a few times. Crazy, man, crazy. Yeah, I was a legend in the streets. In both Houston and Harp Clark and in Corpus. Legend. But man, I wasn't going for that status. But when people put guns on you, they open that door, you know. Yeah, I need to shave. I've been saying that for a while, but it don't come in. Comes in blotchy. Just the chin comes in. It's been about 2 weeks since I shaved. It's starting to itch a little. Yeah, I've seen my share of violence, man, and it's not the way to go, man. It's not the way to go. Especially when the gun's put on you, you know. Get shot at. It's a life not worth, I won't say worth living, but not worth the notoriety. Because people will get intimidated wherever they will see me, because if they had done something to me, they know I was packing. They get on before they turn into a pencil. Yeah, I got hit by a ricochet one time. Man, I was out for blood after that. Somebody got it too. My boy ended up busting while I was driving. Yeah, my boy Sean, he didn't tell me to that day that, or at that moment, because we went to San Antonio and back to get some tennis shoes. He didn't tell me nothing until when we got back. About 10 something, he came to the house. He was all sweating. Like, what's wrong, Sean? He said, man, the north side niggas trying to get me. I'm like, for what? He said they were shooting dice at said house. And you know what? Motherfucker was losing on the dice game. Sean was talking in his ear, making him break concentration. Shooting dice is a concentration game. You gotta concentrate to hit your number. Then they went to the car. The dude went to the car, grabbed the gun. I don't know, deuce five, something like that. I guess that's the one they hit me with. So Sean went next door, got a revolver from the neighbor. So they were talking shit to each other. Then Sean, he's 6'3". He said, man, let's box. Of course, the dude was small, so he didn't want to box. He started making excuses. Man, I got flip-flops on. Well, if you got flip-flops on, you ain't ready for that action. You should stay inside the house. Somebody will give it to you. You're gonna be running without them damn flip-flops. They said, man, I ain't got no shoes. And Sean told him, man, somebody out here wear your size. So Sean didn't tell me all that. We went to San Antonio and back. Went to the mall, 2 different malls. And we went to the Boots Mall, then we went to the Riverwalk Mall. Because my cousin's friend, Joe, he worked at the Boots Mall. At the Foot Locker, I think it was at the time. He hooked me up with the discount. So we'll go over there and clean up. Get a couple pairs. I'm about to buy like what? Is it 4 pairs of military blue forms? 2 for me, 1 for my boy Allie, and 1 for his girl, because their birthdays about the same time. Gave both of them a pair for their birthday. Or anyway. So he came to the house, he started telling me that shit. It was on a Saturday. So I was like, man, let me get freshened up. Let me shower up. We go over there. So I showered up. Got dressed because we was going to go to the club afterwards. That was the usual thing to do on a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday and a Tuesday and a Thursday. So only a couple days didn't go out because there was like not like a jumping spot those days. First I called punk ass, bitch ass Clarence Jr. Called him, say, hey man, them north side, because he stayed county corner. Saying, dead end. I said, man, them whole ass north side niggas over there. He said, yeah, they sure are. Why? I said, man, because he had a pump of mine, my Mossberg pump. Just a great Mossberg pump. And so I let him borrow it. He said, yeah, why? I said, man, you talking about that fifth jump Sean? And it was 2 carloads. 2 carloads of motherfuckers from the north side. So I called Sid. I said, hey man, them north side niggas over there looking for Sean? He like, yeah. He said, we finna go clear the set. I think the first time I put my cape on for Sean. Well, anyway, I wrapped my rifles and shit in a pink blanket I had. I always pack my 4.5 in and out the car. I put it in my stash. So I put the shit in the trunk. And then Sean walks out with the K. He jumps in the back seat with the K. I say, man, put that motherfucker in the trunk. So now I got it back here. I'm like, in my mind is like, man, we get pulled over, we're all going to jail. We might get fucking shot. But you can't argue with somebody with an AK in their hand. So I just make sure I stop for like 1 or 2 seconds. A complete stop. Make a complete stop, look both ways. Stop for an extra couple of seconds at any intersection that I went to. We rolled up in front of Clarence's house. I left my piece in the car. I should have had it on me. Yeah, Jacob had my Glock 27 40. This little small baby motherfucker. Yeah, so but I didn't have one in the chamber because the week before, wasn't even the week, yeah, the weekend before, Sean was fucked up at his brother's girl's apartment in the restroom. He was all fucked up and he wanted to hold the gun in his hand, all fucked up. I said, man, let me take one out the chamber at least. Because he's fucked up and it's a Glock. You know, that motherfucker don't go bang. Don't just has the safety in the trigger. So, yeah, I rolled up to Clarence's house. Now I'm walking. I think I told this story before. Walked up to Clarence's door to knock because, you know, 4 is better than 3. It's not like Clarence gonna do something anyway. He acted like he was down. Thought he was down. Because nobody would want to take him out. Broke motherfucker hustling on the QP. I was giving him a zip. He never came back with the money that one time. That's because he was selling grams for 25. Everybody else was selling for 20. Well, anyway, so Sean walked up. You looking for me? Takes that safety off that motherfucker. Everybody starts running. Jacob goes behind him. Little does he know there's not one in the hole. Because he always knows I'm always real cocked and loaded, but that time I didn't. Because of Sean, the previous time we had went on. Everybody started running. And the motherfucker started talking shit to me. I told myself, man, I got rifles for all the homeboys. Then they wanted to squash it. They said they ain't got no gun. They were there 2 carloads. Yeah, and then they didn't want to shake Sean's hand. So they wanted to squash the beefs. And Sean said, man, well, just give me some dab then. Of course, they didn't want to because Sean was supposed to hit him. I already know him. And they already know him too. They know he was on. So one car left. I didn't even get a good look at it. Little did we know they came back. I didn't know that was them. They were standing in front of Clarence' house. Had some G-Unit pants on. They were like a silverish color. Man, when they hit that corner, they started busting. I'm scared motherfuckers was busting at the ground because the bullet hit the ground and it hit me on my hip and on my arm. I was standing right in front of Clarence. I was like, I'm hit. I walked down the street light. The piece of the bullet was stuck on my hip. I just brushed it off. There was a piece in my arm. I'm like, oh, I'm all right. Told Clarence to give me some paper towels. Put on the wound. So shit, we went, because I only had like a half a tank of gas, so I went to the gas station, filled it up, called JR. Because I know he had my boy Orly scanner, and I told him I needed it. He didn't want to come off, and he started giving me bullshit. Because I need to hear when the cops is coming. So we plan to go get him. Yeah, so we went to the downtown after about 2 o'clock, a little before 2 o'clock, hit the parking lot. We had the artillery in the trunk. Already put band-aids and shit on my shit. The motherfuckers wasn't out there. When I heard they caught pussy and went to H-Town. Yeah, and you know what? When I moved from Houston to Corpus, I always told myself I wasn't gonna get involved with a whole bunch of dudes because it just brings drama. That's eventually what happened, though. But it took what? 6 years? Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, that's when I got hit. And Clarence told me, man, the motherfuckers went over to Sid's house because J-Ro cut hair. He wasn't even there when it happened because he was in jail. He's in the annex for some child support issues that he had. Yeah, matter of fact, his mom called me on 3-way with him, asked me if I could help him out. I dropped some chips to bond out of jail. I think it was like 800. Because I always kept a little grip in my pocket. I went, so I needed a haircut. Yeah, he said, I don't know how to pay back. I said, man, just cut my hair, bro. Just cut my hair, man. That's all I ask. He's like, man, I owe you a lifetime of cuts. You never got to pay me to cut your hair. That was live, you know. Because he would call me to, sometimes to drop him off or pick him up from the barber college. I always did it. I'm the person that you can depend on, you know. A friend of friends. Or some motherfuckers went over there. J-Ro was cutting hair. They asked, man, who's that? Who's that motherfucker? Talking about me. Who's that motherfucker with the guns and shit, and this and that? And I was like, J-Ro told me, man, y'all fucking with the wrong Mexican. Oh, and say that told me, like, after I got hit and all that, he said, man, some motherfucker, what's the fucking nigga name? Lamar, yeah, that's his name. Cause when they left busing, he didn't get in the car with them. They came back and gave him his phone. Said, told me that nigga mama. Cause they heard that somebody had got shot. Tell him, said in the quote, please don't kill my baby. He said, shit, he fucking with the wrong Mexicans over here. Yeah, his boys did it, not him, so I didn't take it out on him. Even though every time I would see him in the club, he'd come talking to me, man. I said, man, get away from me, bro. Your homeboy shot me and you was with him. I said, man, I don't want to talk to you. Come like the last 30 minutes at the club, and I was like, man, no, I don't want to talk to you, man. It's your boys I want, not you. I don't know if you ever been shot at, or any shit like that, or it brings a different person out of you. Brings the animal out. Yeah, nobody will appreciate getting pistol pointed at them, much less getting shot or shot at. Yeah, I stuck up for my boy Sean. That was how many times I stuck up for my boy Sean. He taller than me. I was trying to bond him out of jail one time. I was in H-Town, and I was barely getting out the club, and said calls me a little after 2, about 2:30 or so. I was in the parking lot trying to get the fuck out of there. It was all fucking jam-packed. Told me that Sean was in jail. He had bought some revolver from Worm and got caught with it, shooting it. Yeah, so I told him, I said, bond him out, nigga. Bond him out, I got you when I get back. You know, I like to think my word's good as gold, you know. Then when I got back, man, his mama said, don't bond him out. So I don't care what his mama said. Mama say. So I told J-Ro, I said, man, when he get out, I don't know how long he was in there for. I said, when he get out, call me, man. I'm gonna pay for his haircut right now. I know he gonna want a haircut. Sure enough, it was the day that the Tony Yayo Thoughts of a Predicate Feeling came out. He called me and said, man, Sean's out. He over here. I said, oh yeah? So I got ready, and I went and bought that album. I guess it was on a Tuesday then, because that's when the albums come out. And went over there. I stopped at H-E-B, got a case of beer, bought some Chronic. It was in the afternoon. I rarely drink in the afternoon. I said my boy got out. He was already getting chopped up. Drink some beer, smoke some blunts, then we watched that video, that DVD that came with us, Predicate Felon. Yeah, we watched that, and I wasn't really even close to Sean before then. But since I did, he was only like 18 years old. But since I did that for him, he cut for me tough, and so I put him down with the Chronic. My boy was growing with Chronic. He was handing it off to me, and I was handing it off, and that's the wrong way to do it. But I had to get it out there, so I was doing the handoff, and after a couple of trips, I already had the money to cover that, so it wasn't no big deal. But it was just that X amount always floating in the air, because the people are, you fronted to them, so that money's always in the air. So they were like, what, 10? Let me see. Yeah. Everybody was getting 2 zippers, so 800. That was like $8,000 floating in the air. But I had to do it though. Money that I never saw back. Oh, it was more than 8,000 because Sad owed me like 2. Jill owed me like 2. So like 10. Oh, Sean owed me like 10. In the end, 11 to be exact. Started getting out of line. Started getting hot-headed and shit. I thought me and him was gonna have to get into it, When I was out on bond, I was like, shit, this court case gonna be the last thing I worry about if me and you get into it, So I'm gonna come with that action. Even though he had my artillery, I told him, I still got money. I'll go get some more artillery. When I told him that shit, next day he took it to Said house and had all my shit over there. All my shit. So I went over there, Said called me, I went over there, picked it up. Talking about all my shit. So I was like, damn, man. This motherfucker became one of my best friends, and now he's threatening to fucking hurt me. But I told him, man, I already got all the way down for you. So I'm gonna get all the way down for me. Yeah, and then when I got out, he wanted me to put him down again. I was like, I can't, you gotta clear the tab off. Clear the tab off, man. Or at least if he came with the bread. He ain't come with no bread. I try to not have any animosity towards him because I'll never get the money back. Then I'll be on my way back. Back to the hotel. Just don't get me wrong, if you're fucking up, they always got a place for you. Put your nice long spin number on you. They're like a telephone number and shit. 800 number. All those fucking numbers on that bitch. Yeah. Look like a fucking 1-800 number. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Dark point in my life, but I already knew and I was already anticipating. Because I was already, smarter than average bear. I said, man, things are going too good right now, man. Something's bound to happen. Bam, I got hit. Then my antennas was all the way up. I was ready to get with anybody for anything. Ready to fill them up with hoes. But man, I was what? 32 years old. Yeah, so don't fall in those traps, man. When you're doing good, be ready for something to go bad, man. And see who's there for you when you're down and out, and see who's not. But just keep your antennas up. Keep it 1,000 with everybody still, if that's the way you are, You can't be mentally weak, because streets will eat you up if you're mentally weak. The streets ain't for everybody, man. And by the good grace of God, I got out of that, Stay strong. Live for your loved ones. See them when you get to the other side of the pearly gates, because that's the ultimate goal. See your loved ones when you get to the other side. Because, man, that's where everybody wants to be, in eternal happiness. But it's hard, man. I know it's hard. Because it was hard for me. I wasn't even deep in the game. I was just knee deep, not waist deep, not shoulder deep. Yeah, let me see. I got about that whole hour in. Yeah, it's about time to call it a wrap. I'm gonna get the pictures of this moon though. So like, comment, subscribe. Do some questions. I see that I got a few views. I really got 50 subs. I need 950 more to go. Hip your friends to it. Thinking about having a giveaway to boost up the subs faster. Because they said that's the way to have peep game. That's the way to get subs faster. To boost up the subs and the views and the likes, everything. Because, man, it's gonna take a while to get to 1,000. Then on top of that, you gotta have 4 million swipes on the shorts, or is that 4,000 hours? Alright, well, I think I'm in the good spot for the moon right here. So, same bad time, same bad channel, folks. Peace out.